Uh, how's it hanging, everyone? Today, Labor Day is Labor Day. Good morning. I'm doing quite well, considering the stress of looming deadlines. Hi. Hello, hello. Hello, Darkrai and Rob and Swamp and Has, Omi, and Battle Slash and Event Horizon, Uwu. Yeah, starting tomorrow, there will be exactly 1 week left until release. Yeah, we have a list of priorities about what we want to be in the base game on release, but there's a few post-game goodies we want to work on as well. Yeah, like I've been seeing some of the fans posting like countdown deadlines, and it fills me with a mix of excitement and also slight panic, because there's still quite a lot to do even though the game is finished. We want to make sure that the experience is as bug-free as possible on release day, even though I know there will inevitably be bugs, because like we're going from a testing pool of like 10 people to potentially thousands. Oh yeah, there's gonna be a lot of surprises in it. Like, we've barely scratched the surface of what's in the game in the few streams that we've had over the years. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've been putting in some work today, but I figured I'd take a little break to talk with y'all and answer any questions you might have. No, thank you. Let me get down from here. Oh, thank you, Birch, for the follow. I appreciate it. One thing I would love to see in the game, I'd love to take a tour of the treehouse. Yeah, the treehouse, if you saw, like, I'm not sure how spoilery it is, but at the beginning of adventure mode, it's in a bit of a sad state. But Mila has her laboratory. Oh, thank you. Yeah, videos of their past adventure would be really cool. Like if there was on the last game of Freedom Planet. There's kind of that, like when you find Pangu, she has like a video log recorder, and she has a log from the Dragon Scientist and also a new one from the Magister where he kind of like recaps the events of the first game. Any YouTubers playing FP2 this week for reviews? That's something I have not considered. But I would be if like a streamer approached me and asked for like a key. I think that would be really cool. Like I have an email for like press inquiries. Ooh, Mila's laboratory. Labor Day laboratory. Thank you, Silveristia Checks, for the follow. I appreciate it. Yeah, so yeah, it's raining. Yeah, it's a little more difficult to deal with rainy weather when there's still summer heat. My hair frizzes up really crazy like. Yeah, today birthday is Labor Day. Hello, Crappy Blue Luigi. Hope you're doing well. I really liked your pixel artwork in the credits of the Sonic 2 movie. That was awesome. Oh yeah, thunderstorms are kind of scary around here. Because we've had a couple of like really long power outages that lasted like 24 hours. That compelled me to get like one of those surge protectors that has like a backup battery in it. So thankfully I won't lose work again. Oh yes, my car is staying dry. She is garaged, thankfully. Yeah, I love how differently the characters play in Freedom Planet as well. It's like it's actually worth it to play through the game as all four. But even if people just want to play through once as their favorite character, you can still see everything that there is to see. I think you'll just miss out on the badges that you get for completing the game as specific characters. Oh yeah, I've heard about the legendary UK storms. I hope everyone's doing okay over there. Really excited for FP2 this coming week. Another thing you'll be recording. Thank you so much, Luigi. Yes, shiny badges. There's like two different types of badges in the game. There's silver badges for smaller tasks, and then the badges that generally revolve around collecting one of everything or completing the game. Those are the gold badges. I haven't wrapped my head around how to set up a game for pre-orders on Steam. I think you need to go through like a process where you have to have a certain amount of notoriety before they'll trust you with setting up pre-orders. Oh, hi, Mr. Double. Hope you are well. Will there be a special secret if all badges are attained? No, it's just for posterity. So that way, if somebody just wants to play through as their favorite character, they are not compelled to grind the other three characters if they want to get like absolute 100%. See everything that is to see. Oh, you clicked Best with Carol? Yeah, like I'm very grateful that the distribution like of people's favorite characters is a little more even this time. Like the first game was overwhelmingly Lilac, because the first game was like basically like tailored for her specific playstyle, not so much the other two. But now that all four characters have been way more refined, we're seeing like among the testers, like the favorites are quite a bit more even. And like I want to see if we can update the demo before release 2, because Carol has gotten some pretty significant buffs to her movement tech, which I think really puts her on par with the other three now. My favorite to play, I feel like I click the most with Lilac, just because like she's like the default character that spawns in when you're testing. So I've simply had more time playing as her. But I like Nira's change of pace. Like she's a bit more methodical. Like if you're not really that into like high speed platforming, like you have to really like time your attacks just right in order to hit them with her, but they feel so satisfying when they hit because they do so much damage. Who's the best girl and why is it Carol? Yeah, she's a good kitty. Yeah, I agree. All four are extremely fun. And it's really interesting how like There are some parts of the game, like specific stages or bosses that a certain character will really struggle with, and then another character will just breeze through it like it's nothing. So the difficulty balancing has been a bit challenging, but I think it's in a good spot generally. Like you'll come into like a wall or two unexpectedly, depending on the character you pick. But it's generally not too bad. OST release. Yes, that's another thing on the to-do list in our tight final week of development. But if we can't get it set up on Steam, then I will try and see if we can put it up on Bandcamp. And I'm talking to musicians to see if we can do like touch-ups of some of the tracks that don't loop cleanly or don't like have a definitive like ending. But we could do like a prototype OST on Bandcamp that is not in like 100% full quality yet, but should like offer an opportunity for people to listen to the music outside the game, because there's so many tracks. Like, there are collectible vinyls in the game for each music track that will allow you to play it in the game's jukebox, and there's 89 vinyl to collect. That is a lot of music. That's more than the extended OST from the first game that had all of the beta and extra songs. Yeah, Woofle has done an amazing amount of work over the past years of development. What a weird way to spell lilac. Yeah. Hashtag Carol Sweep. Are you cool enough to join the Carol Corps? Yeah, Lilac actually, we buffed Lilac just recently too, so that her Dragon Boost regenerates a bit faster, and her Boost Breaker lasts a few frames longer. Because as we've buffed the other characters, she's kind of been like stuck the same way the whole time. Yeah, Nera is kind of a Mega Man type, because she's got those directional specials that are they all have different trajectories, just kind of like a Mega Man arsenal. I think we can agree that the best character is Mr. Stumpy. Absolutely. Yes, nobody tops the Stump. Woofle is goated. Yes, I agree. Target exclusive level track was bangers. Yeah. I'm sad that we ended up not being able to use that, but we were pushing the engine of the original Freedom Plan to its absolute limit with the DLC, and eventually it just like broke on us. But we got a couple of extra banger tracks, so that it worked out. I gotta hop on, get rolling in personal work, but have a good one, Spacey. Thank you, you too, Crappy Boo Boo-ichi. Favorite non-GT game from this year? Oh, goodness. Yeah. I can't honestly remember what I played outside of, like, chill Zen games like House Flipper and Power Wash Simulator. Yeah, I can't remember. I haven't even played Elden Ring yet. I like just got a brand new PC a few weeks ago, so I really want to start diving into games after our game is out, and I have some time to chill, and I want to do them on stream too. Okay. I should take a sippy because my friend Alex requested that I remember. Yeah, have you thought about making Christmas art with Carol caroling around? Yeah, a Christmas Carol. There's a Christmas Carol, which is Carol in like a Mrs. Claus outfit, singing a Christmas Carol. I can easily see that. Like, normally she wouldn't be the type to wear dresses, but she would make an exception if they keep her warm during a cold winter's night. Does the game play nice with high refresh rate monitors? Yes, we have fixed that. There's still some collision quirks on higher frame rates that aren't at 60 FPS, but at least the game is like fully playable at higher refresh rates. We have testers who have only played the game on higher refresh rate monitors, and they're getting through it just fine, so that's good to hear. Yeah, I remember like the OST for the first game took 3 CD-ROMs to fill up, and I have a feeling this will fill up 4 easily if we somehow end up doing like physical CDs. Funny dev stories. I will have to think about that and like dedicate like another ZATSUDAN stream to telling tales of like some of the more notorious bugs to fix and some other adventures that we have had. Elden Ring's perfect stream content? It certainly seems so. Like from what I've seen, some other streamers streaming it, like you every corner you turn has a different surprise, which is quite impressive for like a Skyrim type game that is just like a massive open world. Thank you, Stand User M, for the follow. I appreciate it. I'd assume game dev makes your relationship with games a bit more complicated. Yes, quite. Because when making games is your job, you have to be careful not to do it too much when you're off work, so that you don't get tired of it. Thank you, Ned SH, for the follow. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. That was okay. Yeah. I've been taking care not to get like too burnt out on gaming in general, so I limit what I play during my personal free time to just like chill zen stuff, simulation games, stuff that I can just like pick up and play for a few minutes and then put down if I need to. Driving games too are good for that, because I can just whiz around like a few tracks and then be done for the day. And I like driving. Are there plans to make a 3 on Planet 3? Oh, I'm not thinking about that right now. But it would be cool if the sequel did enough to where that could be, where it could be like feasible for us to like hire a much larger staff and take like a more hands-off approach, maybe, or do like a spin-off, like a spin-off like that could be played on like portable game consoles, like the Switch. Like a spin-off Freedom Planet puzzle game. Because there's a lot of like cute NPC characters that could have like expanded roles in spin-off titles, I think. Most unexpected influence on FP2. I wouldn't say it's unexpected, but I remember I was playing a lot of like Smash Bros. 4 when we were first coming up with the new moves for the characters, and that kind of like seeped its way into the extra directional abilities that some characters have. Thank you, Frostbites SBU, for the follow. Thank you, I appreciate it. Is the blooper code back in FP2? Unfortunately not. And the reason is kind of silly. It's because the voice actors were too good this time. So we didn't really have a lot of outtakes to work with that were like funny in an in-game context. Yeah, the voice actors were too good. Freedom Planet Pedal Crash type spin-off. That would be neat. But Mila does make an appearance as a hidden character in Pedal Crash, which is really cool. And her theme song in Pedal Crash is actually an 8-bit mix of her theme song from Freedom Planet 2. All 4 characters have a theme song, and you hear the full thing during the credits. About the engine switch between FP games, what other things made you consider using Unity over ClickTeam Fusion? One thing was the console porting. ClickTeam Fusion can only natively port to PC. We had to hire outside help in order to port the first game, which got quite expensive over time. So us being able to port Unity more easily to consoles, it was a big plus. Also, Unity being more script-based helped a lot during the end, because I expected this game to get quite a bit bigger than the first game. And we already struggled with the first game to like build it in a way where its code can be recycled between scenes. So just having like a script-based language has made things like actually possible to complete for a game this big. I've always wanted to ask, there's possibilities for Freedom Planet and other media. I'd love to see a Freedom Planet comic, for example. That would be really cool. I remember in the Kickstarter for the first Freedom Planet, one of our stretch goals was for like a webcomic thing, but we ended up using that money with permission from the backers to improve the pixel art, and I think that was a good call. But eventually it would be cool to have like a comic or a graphic novel. And that could give us an opportunity to flesh out some of the unresolved plot threads from the first game as well. Christopher Sabat do be kicking booty with his voice acting. I agree. Oh my goodness. Like, I knew who Chris Sabat was when we first brought him on board, but at the time I had never watched Dragon Ball Z, and after we did our recording and I met him, I felt so ashamed about it that I just binged watched Dragon Ball Z Kai over a few days. Oh, it was quite good. I get why it's a classic. It kind of reminds me, because like growing up, my older brother and I would watch a lot of pro wrestling. It's kind of like it's got a similar kind of like story progression as like pro wrestling plots. Wrestling is shonen. I understand now. How about a pinball game with FP characters? Oh, that sounds very interesting. A new spin on the franchise. Everyone would have a ball with it. Good one. ClickTeam Fusion is suffering. But I still maintain that it's good when you're just starting out and you want to either make a smaller game, like just for like a PC audience, or if you want to like quickly prototype a concept and you haven't wrapped your head around like more complex coding syntax. For those purposes, I would still recommend it as a starting point. But once you're ready to move on to commercial endeavors, I would definitely recommend a software that can support that better. F1 had no scripting, no coding actually. Well, there was a little bit of coding. We had help integrating Steam achievements into it because it didn't natively support that. But yeah, ClickTeam Fusion has like kind of like a spreadsheet style event system that is more friendly to like younger game developers and those who are just starting out. Like I originally started using their software when I was 11 years old. And they have my sincere thanks for helping me wrap my head around game development. Yeah. I haven't watched the original unedited Dragon Ball Z yet, but if I've got time to kill, then I might like browse through the episodes that weren't like in Kai in any context. Like there was some kind of like galactic tournament arc that Kai just never covered. I think that'd be cool. Love the little Easter egg in early streams where you made Escal's placeholder noises, Dragon Ball Z sound effects. Yeah! Thank you, Majora No Common, for the follow. I appreciate it. Yeah, we used Dragon Ball Z sounds as placeholders for Escal. And when our sound team eventually got around to making original sound effects for him, they kept the vintage anime sound for him specifically, which was really cool. FP2 is going to be ported to the consoles next year. That is correct. The first time we delayed the game, just delayed it in general until September, was because we wanted more time to sort out console ports, but it ended up taking even longer than that to get sorted out. The main obstacle is language localizations, because there is currently no system in the game for swapping the language of the text. So we have to get that sorted first. And then we are going to get extra assistance with like the actual porting itself. Like we have made progress on like actually porting the game to consoles. It's just like the localization stuff and all the other extra things, and we need to give ourselves like a few months buffer, because the submission process for consoles can take a while depending on how much you have to fix in order to comply with their standards. Yeah, the one thing I found really cool in Jade Creek is you get near the end, the weather changes and it starts to rain, and as you finish the fight with the machine, and then take torque and left you in the rain. There's a nice touch. Thank you. Yeah, one of the interesting differences I find between the first game and the second is like there was criticism for the first game for the stages being so long without a way to like take a break in between. So for the sequel, there are more levels, but we imagined each level being the length of like half of a Freedom Planet 1 level, but that didn't quite work out. They're still kind of the same length, and we have lots more of them, so there's just more content in general. We got carried away. Thank you, Underbox Luke, for the follow. I hope you got your name right. I didn't quite catch it. But I appreciate it. What's your favorite racing game? Oh gosh, that's a tough call. I recently went back to the original Gran Turismo. That was nice. It's just nice to go back to the earlier ones before they got all of that like extra online stuff and like all the like extra like filler stuff. It like the first two Gran Turismos were like you could just like go in game, pick a car or buy a car and just go straight on the racetrack. That was nice. I really like Ridge Racer 2. Ridge Racer 7 is awesome, and Ridge Racer Type 4. Those two are my favorites in the series. It's a shame that there hasn't been a new one recently. Same with the F-Zero series. What are some other good ones that I like? Well, those are ones that I've played recently, but I like a whole bunch. I like Diddy Kong Racing too. It's really nice to just like have a hub area that you can drive around in. And I was addicted to CTR Nitro Fueled for a while when it first came out. Funny enough, I didn't play the PS1 original. Is it possible to summon Lilac with Dragon Balls? I think maybe if you summoned Shenron and then asked Shenron for Lilac, then maybe that could be a way to do it. Freedom Planet 2.5, the DLC cut. Oh gosh. I don't know if we have it in us to do DLC for the second game. But there are some like I said earlier, there are some post-game things that I wanted to do. That we want to do. Like mostly because we don't have time to finish them. Well, we could finish them before release, but we need to polish them as well. Like one of the things we might save until after release is a boss rush, because that is a highly requested thing. Thank you, Mordex AI, for the follow. I appreciate it. Ridge Racer. Yep. Ridge Racer. So are you more of a fan of 2D or 3D platformers, or a mix of both? I would say a mix of both. I like them each in different ways. And like that third dimension is actually quite challenging to deal with. So if I were to ever like make like a 3D platformer someday, I would need like a starting point in order to like get a handle on all the physics and stuff. Have you ever looked at Wonder Boy: The Dragon's Trap 2017 remake? I've heard it was quite charming. I might take a look at that during one of my streams if I need something to play. Burnout 3? I haven't played the third one. I remember playing the first and second when they came out. Which of returning characters was annoying to make better compared to FP1? Well, I think they went pretty smoothly. I think the most complicated was Carol. Because, like, in the first game, her moveset was so dependent on the environment, and we had to come up with, like, a novel new mechanic for her to kind of translate that into something that she can use in every stage, and that's how we came up with the jump pad. Well, the jump disc. And Mila, for how different she is, her translation was surprisingly smooth. Like, going in, we knew exactly what needed to change about her from feedback from the first game. Like, in the first game, like, you could really hurt your fingers if you tried the speed run as her. Ridge Racer has a lot of sick music. Yeah. Oh my goodness. It's just a very like it's a very like smooth aesthetic. I like it a lot. It's like it's almost like ASMR in a sense. Ridge Racer is, like the later ones. Well, the early ones too, kind of. Are there time attack scores or online time attack? There is local time attack, but we haven't set up Steam leaderboards yet. I'm not really sure how without like the potential for like abuse of like glitches and stuff. But it'd be really neat if we could figure out a system kind of like how Neon White has a leaderboard just for your friends, like your Steam friends. That might be neat to do for like our games, if we can figure out like the coding for it. Daytona. Yeah, that's another favorite of mine. I've played the original Daytona a ton of times, and also the Dreamcast version. I want to play some of the other versions too. That might be a nice on-stream thing too. It's very interesting how well it's held up. Because back when it first came out, the original Daytona USA, like it was highlighted as having like realistic racing physics. Not so realistic in a modern context, but the controls are so snappy and nice that it doesn't matter. It's just kind of known as like arcade style, like snappiness. Like sometimes I get tired of like the semi-floaty like simulation physics that are in so many racing games these days. So it's nice to like wind back with like snappy arcade physics. Sega Rally, game over, yeah. I should set up like Streamlabs sounds on my stream and like do bits and then put like a Daytona and game over, yeah. Do you play Metroidvania, Spacey? It's very challenging for me to play a Metroidvania and stick with it until the end. I usually get bored like either a third or halfway through, like almost without fail. Like the last Metroidvania that I remember like finishing 100% was Momodora Reverie of the Moonlight. Very cute indie game with light horror elements and like adorable chibi pixel art. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I've heard Hollow Knight kind of fixes some of the issues that I personally have with finishing Metroidvania, so I might give that a try too. Check out Smoking Jacket is a 3D platformer that was done by one person. You should look into it. I want to look into it, like indie 3D platformers in general. That would be neat. And I will, in my next stream, a couple days from now on the 8th, I'll be checking out some of the games that are at the Sonic Amateur Games Expo this year. I won't be able to go through them all. I'll just like pick the ones that like seem interesting and that I would enjoy and have good commentary for. Thank you, Hatro Bubba, for the follow. Hatrab Bubba? Oh, sorry if I butchered that, but thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. When I get the game, I'm going to play as Nero right away. Good choice. Any plans to play retro 16-bit games on stream? Some Genesis gems? Oh, absolutely. Like, I want to do like a series on like going through the Sonic games in order, and also all the Mega Man games. Like, the way I imagine it is I would have a Mega Month where I'd go through like the classic games in order, and then like maybe like the X series too. And then once I've gone through the mainline games, then I would start playing like really good Mega Man fan games, because there are a ton of them out there. I've even made content for a few of them, so that might be cool to have like a semi-developer commentary. Kind of silly question. Do you think Lilac and Shantae can be good friends? I think so. Thank you, the Tracy Train, for following. I appreciate it. Will there be a Freedom Planet webcomic? Yeah, I think I answered that before. Like, it would be really cool, but we have other priorities right now, such as finishing the sequel. But yeah, if it does particularly well and we get a good publishing deal, I think like a comic to help flesh out some of the side characters would be really neat. Have you played Spark 2 and 3 yet? No, because my old computer was kind of a toaster. But it might be fun to run through the Spark series at some point. It's kind of like a brother series to Freedom Planet. Kind of like similar like origins within the Sonic Worlds engine. I really like Brevin as a villain. He has a quirkiness of robotic, but also a more serious tone. Yeah, like, he was actually the first character that I designed for Freedom Planet. The backstory behind that's kind of funny. I'll have to talk about it on a different stream. But yeah, I think he still holds up. Including the Zero and ZX games. That would be cool as well. If I could like breeze through the Zero and ZX games, especially since I heard that they had a like a new collection for those on the Switch. Oh yeah, I need to get a capture card. Okay, note to self. Mega May? Yeah, maybe. Well, it depends on when I want to do it. Could be like a Mega May or a Mega March, or just even before then if I just feel like having a Mega Month. Shout out to MMX Corrupted. Oh yeah, I was so young when I started seeing videos on that. That's like a lifetime project. How old is that now? Like 14 years? And I heard the dev has like streams on Twitch, like dev streams. But like I would very definitely want to play that once it's out. Like from what I've seen of it, I'm just like blown away at the variety of like gimmicks in each stage. It's just like that kind of game where like every corner you turn has something completely new and different. Those are my favorite kinds of games. Although asset reuse is understandable and can be done well. Owlboy 2? Yeah, that might be fun to play through. Iconoclast as well, yeah. Depending on what kind of Metroidvania it is. Yeah, I think... Oh my goodness, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, like, it'd be cool if, depending on the game, I would say, and how much time I have, it'd be cool if I could begin, like, uh, some of my streams of games with kind of like a quick like slideshow recap of like the history behind it and the context. I could call them Spacey Bat premieres. That would be cool. Thank you, Space Cadet Keon, for the follow. I appreciate it. Yeah, my new PC should be able to run a lot more games and give me more options aside from just like retro stuff. Mega January. Genius. Mega. Mega Manuary. That's a good one. I like that. Mega Manuary. Thank you for the suggestion, Proto. Speaking of that, Mega October. Oh gosh, I have the giggles now. I should take a drink. Sorry about that. Do you have a price range for Free and Planet 2? It will have a base price of $24.99 US dollars. But the week we launch, we will have a 10% discount. So everyone can grab it a little bit cheaper the week of our release in celebration. Sorry if you got annoyed by that question. Oh, no problem. I didn't get annoyed. In regards to unreleased content for Free and Planet 1, if that's going to be tackled, should it be more remastered of original FP1 or completely new game? Yeah, like, I've been so focused on Free and Planet 2 that I haven't put up, like, a strategy for that yet. But I think it would be kind of a spin-off in a different style if it happens. Because I think the main problem with Torque, aside from his gameplay not, like, gelling at all with, Free and Planet's level design, because it was already built with specific characters in mind. I don't think Torque is a type to be, like, a run-and gunner. Like, he would only use a weapon if he absolutely has to. So I think more something in the style of like space combat would be more up his alley. But yeah, it's a question that we still get a lot. Like Torque Spade DLC, when's it coming? Torque Spade DLC, when's it coming? It's fine. I mean, not everyone like can see the answers that we've given out, but yeah, it's something that I have considered, but it's not on it's not a priority right now. And I remember like talking to the backers about that and seeing like if they wanted a refund. And a few have come to me for that, so I appreciate that we got that settled. But it's quite alright. Sometimes things happen that you didn't anticipate. Complications, or even good things, like good opportunities that you have to put your focus on. Thank you, Run Pup, for the follow. I appreciate it. Yep, $25. So it's more than the first game, but also there's way more content. So I think hopefully it's affordable for people who want to play it. Oh shoot, I got a lot catching up. You have a really pretty design. Thank you so much. Yeah, I actually touched up my hands for my debut stream because they were bothering me, so now they're a little bit more smooth. Oh gosh, my chat. my OBS wasn't scrolling, so I have a lot of catching up to do. What do you do if your dog suddenly speaks tongues, asking for a friend? It depends on what he's saying. Usually it's not a problem. Like sometimes they get the gibberish. But I would recommend petting them first and see what happens, if they stop or whatever. And then after that, see if maybe they need like a good belly rub or a treat. Regional pricing, that's something that Steam generally sets automatically. We can manually adjust it, but it goes through like an approval process. So hopefully it didn't like mess up for any territories. Thank you all for working on this beautiful game. Oh, thank you. Thank you for supporting us. I hope you all enjoy it when it comes out. And I'm just like the team and I have just been like getting really excited. Like obviously we're very stressed right now, and like nervous about like bug stuff, but we're also like really excited about like the fan content, like that. We can't wait to see the playthroughs and the reactions to some of the like bigger twists during the story, and potentially the fan art of like certain moments. Thank you, Lucky Dingo, for the follow. I appreciate it. Marina Note is the cutest bat NPC ever, reminding me of a bat character in Chippendale Rescue Rangers. I did watch Chippendale Rescue Rangers as a kid, but I can't remember most of it, other than Chippendale themselves. But thank you. Yeah, Marina Note was actually the inspiration behind the design of Spacia Balotelli, the lovely bat lady that you see before you. I just think it's really interesting when a bat character has like wingling arms instead of like a separate like pair of wings behind them, which those designs are also cute. And like it can be really difficult to come up with like clothing designs that work with these like wingling arms. Like I can't wear anything with sleeves unless I compress my wings into like webbed hands. Well, you have a separate server for your VTubing stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I think I might eventually, because I feel kind of weird about occupying the same space as the Galaxy Trail server. And like, I don't want the mods of the GT server to have to like moderate my personal stream as well as the community at large. I don't know. I'll have to discuss it with them further and see what we want to do in that regard. And what my followers would like, if they'd like a personal server to just like hang out and chat about baddie chat stuff. Lamplight, rope, bombs. You want it? Then why did you come to me? I'm not selling those things. Going to record myself playing FP2 in some form. I want reactions preserved. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I can't wait to see reactions. I'm really looking forward to when Gerard plays it, because I remember we did that stream for his charity event. Gosh, I can't remember if I've said this before on the last stream, but like, it was only after the stream or like halfway through that we learned that like 22,000 people were watching, and some of the team like their nerves pretty much shot at that point, and from there it was like just me and Woofle and Dawn like taking the reins in terms of like talking. It's quite understandable, like stage fright. Like I've had my bouts with stage fright in the past. Like I remember like the first time I actually like beat my stage fright was during like a school project back in grade school. I made a diorama about the planets. Well, wait, no, it wasn't the planets. It was for comets specifically. And my parents recorded it on one of those like classic VHS recorders. I was very proud of that moment. I still am. Start calling your car the Batmobile. Yeah, maybe. You know, it's actually surprisingly difficult to have a bat aesthetic that doesn't remind people of Batman. Especially because, like, when you search for stuff in Google results, you have to be like more specific than just like Bat Cup or like Bat Poster, because it will almost always like have like rows of Batman stuff before you get to just like regular Bat stuff. I mean, I like Batman well enough, but I want to be more unique and original. Thank you, Rai104, for the follow. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, Wooly. I'm excited to see him play it again too. I really enjoyed his stream back when two best friends were still two best friends. Like I keep going back to the part in Sky Battalion where they accidentally fall off the stage and then Torque comes and rescues them in the nick of time, and they're just like screaming for like 3 minutes, like nonstop. They were like, "Oh, it's so cool!" Oh, I loved that part. I just love when people have fun with stuff that we make. Can I say I appreciate that Mila's KO screen was toned down? Yes, the original voice clip that I picked for the very first demo was kind of over the top and slightly heartbreaking, so we switched up for a shorter one at some point. Are you wearing your freedom pants? I am. I am wearing my freedom pants. See? And there's my kicks. But yes, I gotta have the freedom pants. Thank you. Pants. Do you give your dogs freedom pats? All variety of pats, including freedom pats. I give them the pets, I give them the scritches, I give them the belly rubs. I'm very surprised that Paige hasn't barked yet, because she is a Barkosaurus. Oh, do you want to see photos of them? Image. Okay, just call it that. Where are you, my sweetie? This is Paige. Thank you, X-Dragon Knight, for the follow. I appreciate it. I'm just showing everybody my cute little gremlin of a doggy. This is Paige. She just had her second birthday back in July. I have another photo of her from the top. Look at her tail. Look at that fluffy tail. She's so fluffy. It looks like a beaver tail, but it's way softer. No. Oh, there she is. Speak of the devil and she shall come. Hi, Paige. Hey, pretty girl. No, don't yet. I'm streaming. Okay, yeah, she's at my side now, and I'm petting her head to try and calm her down, because she does this thing where if she'll run into my office and she'll be like whapping her tail like because she wants something, but if I turn my head and ignore her and go back to working, she'll growl at me. And if I look back at her and then like turn my head back really like rapidly, like no. She'll like start howling. She'll be like oh, she's so cute. Yeah, okay, let me see. I should have a photo of her brother as well. Where's... Paige, she's licking my hand. Okay, so this is Sammy. He's 6 years old. And he's gonna have his 7th birthday in November. Oh, I don't know if you can hear them, but they're wrestling right now. They love to play together. Yeah, he's a good boy. Doggy wrestling. Okay, I'll just leave him right there. Beep. That's my puppy, my oldest puppy. He's actually an NPC in the game. Paige was born a bit too late for her to make it into the game. FP2 Sammy based on a true story. Sammy is in the gallery hub. Like he's kind of like an assistant to the owner of the museum. Oh, you have a birthday in November too? Awesome. Yeah, November is a good time to have a birthday. It still hasn't gotten too cold, but like it's just a really nice fall weather, and it's a good time to be around good company. Thank you, new user 123450 for the follow. I appreciate it. Hello. Oh gosh, I can't wait for like actual like proper fall weather. It's starting to cool down now, and actually I've seen some trees that are already changing the color of their leaves. And like I saw them and I was thinking like they're just as excited about Halloween as I am. Yes, the name of this song that's playing in the background is called There Is No Password Screen. It's on Woofle's SoundCloud. But I asked her before my debut if I could draw from her extended library of lovely music, and she was thrilled about it. So thank you, Full, for the tunes. Plenty of rain and cold wind in Poland. Oof. Yeah, I hope everyone is staying safe and warm over there. And dry. Yeah, one of my good friends is out on the west. Well, I have a few good friends out on the west coast, and it's still like 100-degree weather over there. Oh my goodness. What caused you to change lilac species from hedgehog to hybrid water dragon? Mostly because I was still like conscious about like copyright issues with Sonic. And it was fun kind of like altering her design to go with kind of like the dragon aesthetic. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, hello. Okay, another sippy time. Thank you, Malumet, for the follow. I appreciate it. Favorite element in the FP meta? By meta, do you mean like fan stuff outside of the official games? Or just like the whole of the Freedom Planet franchise? Or do you mean like element as in like fire, water, etc.? Spacey summoned us from the Wish Dimension and developed the game. Can neither confirm nor deny. Oh, okay. I like water. It's my favorite type in Pokemon, too. But it's really interesting how, like, the elements turned out in the Free Plant series. Oh yes, of course. Well, it just felt like a water, like a water type. Back in the beginning. My birth Chinese element and animal. I believe I am a metal dragon. I was born in the year of the dragon. Yeah, can't get enough of bulky water types. Yep. Like, almost without fail, I have picked the water type in every Pokemon game. Except for, when I played Ruby, I picked the fire type. The fire starter that time. Yeah! Fellow metal dragons! Just chugga chicka wugga. Oh, you're born in the year of the rat? Awesome! First starter was Trico, then Torchic. Swampert much later. Nice! Yeah, I picked Torchic as my starter in Pokemon Ruby. Ooh, we got a year of the dog here. We've got a year of the rabbit. Rat King. Year of the dumpster fire? What are you on about, Proto? Started with Sandshrew. Oh, okay. So you ditched the actual starter and then got Sandshrew as soon as possible. Nice. Year of the pig. Year of the rooster. Nice. Yeah, like, I've never tried a Pokemon Nuzlocke challenge. That might be fun to do on stream sometime, too. Or like our randomizer. Really excited for FP2, gotta say. I really dig Lilac's redesign, and I especially love the larger hair clips she's got. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm really happy with Lilac's new design in the sequel. I like how it shows how she's like grown a little bit since her experiences in the first game, and like she's kind of mellowed out, whereas she was more of like a Leroy Jenkins in the first game. But this time, like, she's more strategic. Pikachu first starter? Oh yeah, you can't go wrong at Pikachu. If you could have any base level Pokemon as your starter, who would you pick? Doesn't have to be a standard starter. Oh my, well, that's a tough one. Gosh. Yeah, like, there's so many Pokemon. Like, I'm mostly familiar with, like, the first two gens. I'll have to give it some thought. Devastated when your silver cart's batteries died. Ah! sorry for your loss. Yeah, my first Pokemon game was Blue. And I don't know what happened to the cart. I think I lost it before the battery died. Then after that, I didn't play a Pokemon game again until... Oh, no, I played Yellow after Blue. And then, my friend, our next door neighbor, had Red. And then after first gen, I didn't play another one until Ruby. And then after that, I didn't play another one until Omega Ruby, actually. No, wait. I got Alpha Sapphire, actually. Yeah. So I played Blue, Yellow, Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, Moon, Let's Go Eevee, and then Shield. I promote Noibat as Spacey Starter. It looks like a purple version of her. I could see that. And Noibat is like a better Zubat, I guess. Paige is growling at me. Nope. Paige. Off. Please. She's trying to jump up on my chair. Oh, puppy. Hi, puppy. Little puppy. Maybe she used to go potty. Hold on a second. Hello. Okay, yeah. She just had to go potty. That's why she was growling at me. Yep, that was my Batmobile, I suppose. The Glampire. Paigey Dogotelli. Paigey Dogotelli. I like that. Hmm. Okay. If Freedom Planet stayed like it was for 1.0, what would it be like if it did it and like stayed as a hedgehog? I think that would have only happened if either I didn't kickstart it or if the Kickstarter was unsuccessful. It would have stayed like a small flash project, kind of just like a hobbyist fan game, and as a consequence, I think it would have taken a lot longer to make, a lot longer to finish, and it would be scaled back quite a bit. So it's very interesting to think about, like how that kind of like altered the course of history, making Freedom Planet into the franchise that it is today. Spacey Taco Deli. Yeah, I've thought about like rebranding early, and like to include my full name in my logo and in my username, so it wouldn't be just Spacey Bat, it would be Spacey Batotelli. Yeah, I may do that. Oh, thank you. I drew the Freedom Planet cast as Pokemon last year. Oh, that sounds awesome. I could see them as like Pokemon trainers as well. Are we allowed to call you Spacey Bat? Of course. You may call me Spacey Bat. You may call me Spacey Batotelli. You may call me Miss Batotelli. You may call me Spacey. Miss Bat, I suppose. Brevin would still be a doctor in this alternate timeline? Possibly, yeah. Because I think in a world where I didn't kickstart it, or the Kickstarter was unsuccessful, I'd basically like be on my own with like a few other people, and there are like a bunch of voice actors that I would never have met. It's really interesting how that worked out. Like everyone who auditioned back then for characters, and just looking back at where they started and where they are now, I'm so impressed and amazed and humbled and grateful that I have been able to see them fulfill their dreams. Yeah, like Mayor Zhao's voice actor, Kagi, also known as Sayu. Yeah, he was like literally just starting out when he auditioned for Mayor Zhao, and like seeing how far he's gone since then. It's just really amazing. I'm so glad to have witnessed such greatness. I'm very proud of him. Yeah, the earliest version of Freedom Planet that was recorded, it was on a file that I eventually overwrote. But that's how game development goes sometimes, especially when you're not experienced enough to know that you should archive prior builds. Oh gosh, yeah, Dawn. She has come a long way since then too. Like, prior to the original Freedom Planet, her only voice role was in like a game jam thing. And so Lilac was her first proper video game voice role, and at the time she was studying like music and voice acting and songwriting and that kind of stuff. But eventually she would go on to like be like a big time voice actor in like anime and other video games as well. And I'm so glad that I know her, and I'm so proud of her, and I can't wait until the day that we can just kind of like hang out again. Because like it's been a few years since we've been to conventions, and the past few conventions that we've been to have been smaller. So like past few conventions have just been like me and Jason and Ashley, and we usually like have been focusing on like Ashley's games because we have been helping Friend and Fairy publish their games. Dawn is such a cool VA. Yes, oh my goodness. Like anytime I see clips of her stuff, it just like blows me out of the water. Like how much range she has. She can go super high, like Frosh and Fairy Tail. She can go super deep. Like she's done a few villain roles in the past, and they've all you can really tell that she has so much fun playing villains. And then of course the iconic Kale alongside Caulifla, and of course their fusion Kefla in Dragon Ball Z. And it's so nice because like she really gets into all of her roles and really wants to see all of the productions that she's in succeed. So she'll always like retweet like fan art of the characters she voices. It's so cute. And yeah, Amy Smith too. She is the voice actress for Mila, and after the first game, she had voiced in a few other small-time projects, and then she kind of put voice acting on the wayside. But then we offered to pay for her to fly down to Texas, where we were doing recording for Free and Plant 2. And I could tell she liked that a lot. And she's told us that it kind of convinced her that she wanted to pursue voice acting as a career. So since then, she's voiced in a lot of really good stuff. Like a few Australian kids shows, and some more video games and stuff. And like even now, like I can tell she loves voicing Mila. And I can't imagine anyone else voicing Mila at this point. Speaking of Friend and Fairy, can we expect Ashley's Arcade in the future? Oh yeah, like Ashley has a VTuber model now, because like Ashley is literally a fairy in real life. So she got a fairy model to represent her true self, and we were messing around in Discord to see if we can get both of our models on the same screen, and we figured it out. So we're thinking that maybe like in the future we could do like an Ashley's Arcade where she shows me like obscure like Japanese arcade games, like with no context, and like I just kind of like play them. And yeah, some like obscure puzzle games too. I think that would be a lot of fun. That'd be like my first collab. Dawn's voice is just beautiful. Also, she voices Sody Pop and Chicken Nugget. Yeah! Oh my gosh, I love Sody Pop. He's such a little gremlin. Oh yeah, Amy named her dog Mila as well. She calls her Mila Moo. Oh, her dog is so cute. Oh, doggy wrestling. Doggy wrestling. Like the specific way that Sammy barks when he's playing with her, you can tell that like he's just playing, like that's like a playful bark. Yeah, like that. Let me turn the filtering off so you can hear it. Can you hear it? Oh, they stopped. I think. Whatever. Oh! They started again. Oh, I love seeing them play together. It never gets old. Yeah, I love her. Oh, she's such a gremlin. I love her so much. I love Sammy too, for being so nice to his sister. Okay, I am gonna call it for today. There's still some work I want to do, and I think my voice is in a good place right now. Like a 2-hour stream, I can do a 2-hour stream, but that is kind of like pushing it to like its lower limit. But like hour and a half, pretty comfortable. I think I'll stick to that for future Zatsudans. I'll also see. I feel like I want to start my Zatsudans like an hour or two earlier, just to have some variety, and because I feel like after I have gotten up and done my exercise and had breakfast, I'm pretty much like ready at that point. Spacey, let's play some beta versions of games. Your name anagrams to beta. Let's play OC. Oh, that's really interesting. But yeah, thank you all for coming and for spending time with me in like this casual chat stream. I know I didn't have anything like cool to show off, other than my stories, but nonetheless, I really enjoyed it. I like talking to you all. And I'm really looking forward to streaming a little more often in the future. More doggy wrestling in the background. I'm gonna give them belly rubs for you all, okay? Alright. See you all later. Bye.